Hello, beautiful creatures of the world, and welcome back to Coffee with Kerri-Lynn. It is a beautiful day in the Crown of Maine in the Great White North up along the Canadian border, but I do have a bee in my bonnet today. Yes, I do. Just read the news headlines. You're always getting the bee in your bonnet. But before we talk about the bee in my bonnet today, I'm asking you to smash that like button, subscribe to this channel, and hit the notification bell so that you will be notified when we put up new videos for your viewing pleasure. We're a small channel, we're a tiny channel, we're a baby channel, we're a fledgling channel. I started this channel in November 2022. I was supposed to start it in January 2022, but I was recovering from COVID. It took me almost a year to recover completely from long COVID, and I had to basically teach myself to walk and chew gum at the same time. It was that bad. And here we are with the channel having discussions on an almost daily basis 1 year later. So this channel is a labor of love for me. I have 35 amazing subscribers. I know my channel does not exist without you, my audience. I am aware of this, but I need 50 subscribers to go live because the vision of my channel is to go live so that we're actually having a conversation together instead of these live, pre-recorded, unedited videos that I put up. I want to be able to have the exchange. I want to be able to communicate ideas with you. I want you to be able to share your ideas, your beliefs with me. Just like old friends, you come over, we sit down at the kitchen table, we catch up over a cup of coffee, hence Coffee with Kerri-Lynn. That's my goal, that's what I'd like, so please become a subscriber to this channel. Now, what's the beef that I have today? Well, I have quite a few beefs. But today, we're going to discuss how no one is coming to save you guys. Absolutely no one's coming to save you. East Palestine, Ohio absolutely proves it. Former President Trump announced that he will be visiting East Palestine in the absence of the Biden administration. Where'd the Biden administration go? Well, they all headed out overseas. This crisis in East Palestine happened at the beginning of February. It is now almost the end of February. Biden's administration, President Biden, hasn't even done a flyover of the area. That shows you something. It really does. How in love they are with Ukraine. How Ukraine has them by the short hairs, and we got to figure out why. But now it's become a race to the finish as finally Pete Buttigieg's schedules kind of opened up a little bit, and he is scrambling to get to East Palestine before former President Trump does. You know, it galls me that the Biden administration can go to Ukraine and give them millions and millions of dollars. He's giving them money now so that they can feed themselves. Yes, sirree. He's giving them money to thwart the starvation that is coming to Ukraine. He's giving them money to shore up and make their pension fund solvent. While here in the United States, our Social Security goes insolvent. They borrow against it so damn much, it's insolvent. Who are we fooling? Our old people that are on Social Security also have to have food stamps just to get by, and they cannot pay their bills in the process. It really galls me the way we treat our old people. Here's Social Security. You're entitled to that. No, they paid for that. We paid for that. Our dollary dues should not be going overseas to beef up and inflate the pension plans in Ukraine. Why are we feeding the starving over there when there's plenty of people in this country that in a few short days are going to be looking for extra money for food because theirs is going bye-bye? It galls me that it takes a former president to announce he's going to the site of what is going to be this country's worst, most horrendous environmental disaster, and this current administration is begrudgingly sending somebody now. The people of East Palestine, the citizens of the United States of America, need to be cared about by their president, by his administration. I know everybody's really in tune in Washington with the military-industrial complex. That's what makes the money. That's what grinds the gears. But the citizens of this country need the support of the president. Just the dang moral support would help these people. They may only be 4,700 people in a town that's probably going to get condemned and turned into a ghost town. Yesterday, I uploaded a video about Times Beach, Missouri. They had dioxin sprayed on the roads. 10 years later, 13 years later, something like that, it became a ghost town because dioxins are an ingredient in Agent Orange. There was vinyl chloride on this train that they did the controlled explosion of. Sent it all into the air. Dioxins cause major cancers, nasty cancers, cancers of the brain, cancers of the liver, cancer of the kidney, lymphomas, leukemia, all dispersed in the air. It has ruined the water system. There was dioxins on that train. They built a trench. All the chemical leaks into the trench. That chemical is going to spread through the soil and hit every dang well in that community. This president may not care so much about that community, but I'm telling you, those 4,700 people that have lived there all their lives, that have chosen to raise their families there, that have jobs there, they care about their community. And they don't want to lose it. And I personally believe that the town should become a ghost town because just things are so nasty. Animals within a 20-mile radius of East Palestine are still passing away. And in the midst of all this, in the midst of all the giving the money to Ukraine, in the midst of helping them not starve with some of our funds, on March 1st, the end of the COVID crisis SNAP benefits in 38 states across our nation is going to end. Now, I don't want to get too heavy in the COVID crisis, but let me tell you, there are people that lost their jobs because they did not want an arm ticket. They wanted choice. And they lost their jobs, and some of them took part-time jobs, and some of them lived off of their savings, and some of them needed SNAP benefits. And I do not begrudge anybody who during the COVID crisis has taken SNAP benefits. But now they're losing them as we send millions of dollars to Ukraine so that their people can have help with their food purchases. Go to the market. We have bare shelves in the market. Eggs, $6, $7 a dozen. Milk, absolutely ungodly prices. And if you try to eat clean, healthy, organic, you have seen the rise double and triple with organic food at the market. Personally, we eat a lot of organic food. And it's getting mighty bit expensive to eat well. The bottom line here, the lesson is, while our government is overseas taking care of people who are not the citizens of the United States, while citizens in this country need their attention and are not getting it. The bottom line is, ladies and gentlemen, guys and dolls, no one is coming to save you. You must be your own first responder. At the very least, you have to be semi-self-efficient. You have to be able to provide for yourself in the interim period that a disaster may happen, whether it's a weather disaster, whether it's an illness disaster. You need to be able to be sufficient for yourself. Because as East Palestine is proving, the Ohio River is contaminated. Cincinnati shut down their drinking plants. The plants that receive the water from the Ohio River, no longer in operation because it's not safe. Pennsylvania, they shut down some drinking water plants as well because of the water coming through down the river. No one is coming to save you, guys and dolls. Get your pantry in order. It's what you need to do. With that, Beautiful creatures of the world. Carpe diem. Seize today because nobody promised you tomorrow.